G'day Internet, my name is Scott and I'm here today to talk about Katter's Australia Party. They're a political party in Australia and I'm reviewing every political party in Australia. We have 54 of them and we have an election next week as well. So let's talk about Katter's Australia Party now. They love Bob Katter in Queensland. He's the founder of this party and they love him up there. He has three seats in the Queensland state government level already, which is pretty impressive. Not many minor parties can make a break into politics like that. Bob Katter was elected into the Australian Senate in the 2010 election as an independent. So let's look at some of his views and some of the party's views, and we'll go from there. Okay, so Katter's Australia Party. Now, the party is one of the more conservative parties that we have. The party is opposed to carbon taxes, and the party is also opposed to same-sex marriages. They're quite vocal on that issue. We'll talk about that later. Katter's Australia Party now they support biofuel initiatives as I guess let's call it green energy incentive. Biofuels, in my opinion, are not now. I said opinion. I promised I wouldn't say my opinion too much in these videos. If you're interested, please check out the process of biofuels and how they're made and the production process. There's a lot of debate on whether they're a viable green alternative or not. They require a lot of land usage and quite heavy excavation of a lot of land. So yeah, that's an issue for debate at the moment. But anyway, Katter's party do support biofuel. They're anti-coal seam gas mining, which is purely an environmental policy. You may or may not know, but the Great Barrier Reef was proposed to be an area where coal seam gas mining was to take place earlier this year. It was cancelled by the government at the 11th hour, but it was very much set to go ahead in the Barrier Reef. It would have been very detrimental to the reef. So Katter's Australia Party are against coal seam gas mining. Where else? Okay, they're for tougher borders, and they're for putting in not a tariff per se, but a customs duty on products imported into Australia through airports. So I guess it's a lightweight form of a tariff. It's with the view to promote Australian-made products, and they have quite a few policies on Australian manufacturing and supporting things made in Australia. They are against the Australian supermarket biopoly. Here in Australia, we have two major supermarket chains, Woolworths and Coles, and off the top of my head, they currently take up, it's over 80% of the market share. I think it's about 85%. I know the numbers are growing too. So Katter's Australia Party want to reduce that number and get it down to, I think they set a maximum of 22.5% or somewhere around there. So they're very against this supermarket biopoly. The Katter's Australia Party now, they supports having less permits for recreational purposes. So they would like to see to have the freedom to fish without a permit. They also support collective bargaining in the workplace. They say especially for farmers. But they do support collective bargaining, so that's the right of a worker to talk with other colleagues and approach their boss as a group to get better conditions. The Katter's Australia Party would like to see more government-owned services. So they would like to see a nationally run and operated airline travel. I know Singapore has Singapore Airlines, which is owned by the Singapore government. It works quite well for Singapore. Whether or not it work here, I don't know. They would like to see several major utilities become government-owned and operated. So things like a national water board, a national electricity board, a national gas board. They would like to see health services owned by the government and public transport owned by the government. So that's again in the ideal of creating more jobs for Australians. Um, Now, I mentioned before same-sex marriages. Bob Cat has been very vocal in his expression of his opinion in relation to that topic. Um, uh, Bob's party has come out in the past and they have openly compared gay and lesbians to pedophiles and stated that both were wrong. They went further to say that people should be able to discriminate against them in some cases. Um, Later, after making these comments, it was revealed that Bob Katter's brother is gay. Um, but nevertheless, the former national secretary of Katter's Australia Party came out in support of Bob Katter and said that he quotes, quote, "I wouldn't let a gay person teach my children, and I'm not afraid to say it," end quote. Um, yeah, so that's what you're getting. Look, I've seen more conservative parties out there, like I don't know, Australia First and the Protectionists, and there are more conservative parties out there, but there's a whole lot less conservative ones too, a lot less. That's what you're dealing with Bob Katter and the Katter's Australia Party. Um, if you like this video, feel free to like it or share it, and I'll put links to Katter's Australia Party and to their Wikipedia link in the description to this video. And I'll hope to see you again for my next review soon.